Well, hello there. Man, that was obnoxious. I had a brownout and it knocked out the internet for like hours. We're back now, though.
Yeah, kitty.
Meanwhile, Smokey needs to be heard.
Notice me, Senpai, notice!
All right, let's have a talk with Afanon. Let's talk with Afanon. Recent revelations weigh heavily on Afanon's mind. I should be glad to know the truth, and yet the thought of all this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intended to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in our best interest to learn more about the military activities in the disputed territories. Fortunately, already well positioned to do so, Sergeant Krolinsk. Pray keep us informed of any developments in Cartoneau. Bo. Begone, whelp. This is no place for children.
I'm so sorry. I was looking for you, mister. You said you were looking for the man who left with my parents?
You know this girl? Yes, you were the girl who helped me find the merchant. So he visited Stone's Throw as well. I see.
Did you find the man? Were my parents with him?
They were not, I'm afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together.
Really? You'll help me look, mister?
Mm-hmm. Of course. But first, I must needs finish speaking with my friend. He's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by that pillar over there. We require but a moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay, mister. I'll be waiting.
I'll take you to the quicksand. Mayhap Momori will know what to do. A legion of Ghanaians. An Aether-starved primal. Even dealing with an Asian would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I feel Minfilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources and ourselves. Perhaps the time has come for a change. Do? Pieter, this is Minfilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to Revenant's Toll with all due haste. The situation in the Twelveswood has taken a turn for the worse. I'll explain in detail once you arrive. I've been summoned. The Twelveswood. Then the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I've received no threats or reports of XIV activity, which leaves the Sylphs. Go, Pieter. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the antecedent that while I'm grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I'm more than capable of protecting myself. Go. Quest accepted. So this particular candle just smells like candle to me. Does it have a scent for you?
It smells like a candle is burning.
Right, but doesn't smell like a scent.
No, I'll pull it out. Actually.
Put a scented candle soon. Yeah, it just smelled like candle. Alright. Anything interesting going on in these places? No, only stuff I haven't done. Okay, the Central Thanalan. So let's check. They all smell great.
This one is different.
Okay, so let's go to Central Timeline. Oh yeah, I can smell it from here.
This one is gonna be up.
Beauteous suppressed. Fantastic. Another mysterious affair, huh? What's up, Franz affair? So unbeauteous. How all my friends have suffered for my sake. But you, good postman, you were magnificent in battle, beauteous even, more so than me, to be sure. How did you become such as you are? I must know. My fans, they cheer for me. They believe me beautiful, yet in truth, I could never live up to their expectations if put to a true test. Long have I suspected that the Syndicate conspires to have my party face lesser opponents to ensure our victory. So when I learned of the gladiators' threats, I was overjoyed. I stoked the fires of their jealousy to invite an attack. Long have I craved a true challenge, and soon I would have it. It was to be my quest alone. None were to be involved, much less hurt. Alas, out of fear for my safety, all have suffered on my account. Bugger me, if you wanted to beat it, all you had to do was ask.
Hells, I have a mind to give you one anyway. There's still no more moping or sneaking about, is that clear?
This crisis of confidence is hardly warranted, Franz. You're a formidable gladiator, not to mention the soul of this team. Goddamn right. We weren't trying to protect you because we thought you were weak. We were doing it because we thought we thought that's what mates were supposed to do.
Y'all hearing this, Prince of the Blood Sands, the pride of Uldar, the suave southern dandy? Oh, quit contemplating your navel and accept that you're pretty damn good at this gladiator business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am pretty damn good, aren't I? Beauteous even. I don't know what came over me. And with that, I believe it's time for your beauteous return to the shores of Gladiatoria. I'll fight for this match also. The others are in no condition to participate.
And just like that, he attempts to shoulder the burden by himself once more.
Lest you forget, I'm also pretty good at this conjuring business. Yes, those weaklings at the Colosseum don't stand a chance against us, even as we are now. Let's just earn our pay and get back to the training grounds. Don't have to be too efficient. Remember, it's not about if you win, but how you win. The style, the improvisation. Give the crowd something to remember. Then you may return to Halaladi. Say, you should come and join us afterward, postman. I would love nothing more than to pit my beauteous skills against yours. No. Aye. Hilatali isn't as glamorous as the Blood Sands, but I'll guarantee he'll have a grand old time. Quest complete. Lever up. Attain carrier level 11. After successful delivery, your reputation as a letter carrier has grown. Okay. A wild thought occurs. I probably should have gone to the bathroom before I started streaming. Oh well, let me do that really quick. I'll be right back. coffee. Water. All right. Oh yeah, that smells really good.
It's a...
'Tis the season for pumpkin spice.
Yes.
All right, let's see here. Siblings and side whiskers. To the Black Shroud. New Gridania, here we come. Okay. This is our home point. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can start a party finder. That's what I was in the process of doing. All right. Okay. See if we can do earth fonts. Uh-oh. It's your phone.
Yeah.
All right. Looking for Jedlin, are you? It's just as I told his brother. The man conducted his business, then went on his way. Ah, how can my brother so flippantly forsake duty and family? Makes not a whit of sense. Perhaps not to you. It would seem you'll thoroughly convince yourself that Jadlin is the one best suited for this duty you would ask of him. You'd suggest he's not? I'm not stunned by will you besmirch my brother's good name. Well, it's true, in recent days, he's little more than a glorified beard trimmer. I saw Jadlin serve as my father's right hand since he was scarcely a man grown. He was a very paragon of duty and honor, an example all around him. Calm yourself, boy. I hold your brother in the highest esteem. It's precisely for this reason that I speak as I do. Allow me to tell you a tale. Once upon a time, there lived a great young carpenter. He was possessed of some talent and great zeal for his craft, and his masters were convinced that the boy would come to great things in the guild. But the road to success is fraught with many perils. After suffering the loss of a close friend, the youth began to lose his way. Racked with despair, he met both mind and body go to waste. His close-cropped coif grew into a rampant snarl, obscuring his field of vision and getting tangled in his hands as he wielded his hammer. His work suffered, and his masters began to ask if he might not consider another profession. One day, as he shambled about the workshop, he was ambushed by a strange man with twin blades. Before he could even realize what was happening, his tangled locks lay on the ground in a scattered heap. In that moment, he came to a realization. Thanking the man for his services, he returned to his workshop. As if by magic, the youth wielded his tools with a newfound focus and confidence. Works of surpassing quality emerged from his hands, and he reclaimed his status as the guild's rising star. Today, he stands before you as Timber Master, wearing his hair in the same fashion as he did in the day of his rebirth. Plant a sapling in the 12th wood, and one day it shall grow into a mighty oak. Planted in the snowy crag of Corythius, and will not have like survived the first winter. If you would seek out your brother, pray consider these words. You'll find him in the Alchemist's Guild in Uldar. Thank you, my good man. While I cannot say what the moral of this tale immediately is clear to me, I'll take some time to ponder your words on my journey. Fare thee well. Like a sturdy cedar, growing strong and true, that boy, but allow cedar to dry over much and is likely to splinter and shatter. You seek Jadlin too, yes? Pray watch over his brother of his. I trust this journey will take him further than he can even imagine. And send my regards to Severian. To Uldar. I mean, I suppose we could have used an airship, but whatever. Sorry, I just need to find the fast travel that I need. What's up, Severian? Oh. You two have come in search of Jadlin. Do I look like the man's mother? He had business here, and that business is now done. He's moved on. I suggest the two of you do the same. I will not tell you I'm a busy man. And how many times must I repeat myself? Simply tell me where my brother has gone, and I'll be glad to leave you to do your dabblings and tinkerings. Bah, beg you, friend. Talk some sense into this man. Surely, in your capacity as the post-Mughals assistant, your words carry some authority. The order should come from the Sultana herself, and I would say nothing. Sending a man of such rare genius off to some musty, dreary Ishgardian manse, why, the mere thought makes my blood boil. If you care so much for your family demesne, go do it yourself. Would that I could, but I fear I am not, and I never have been, my brother's equal. Yes, any half-wit could see that. Jadlin is possessed both a brilliant mind and an insatiable curiosity, a combination I've rarely seen in any but myself. You, on the other hand, are about as sharp as the sack of rocks, and half as interesting. If there's anyone fit to being bound by the stuffy traditions of your homeland, I dare say it's you. But wait, yes, of course. I take back everything I said earlier. By all means, go seek out your brother. Indeed, I urge you to do so with all haste. Jadlin set off to the Adventurers Guild in Limsa Laminsa. Make your way there at once, lest I pour some acid down your trousers and speed you on your way. I know not what has led to this change of heart, my good man, and yet I thank you for seeing reason. Good day. That boy is a fool, but he's an amusing fool, which I must say is the best kind. And you, what are you still doing here? We're not after Jadlin yourself. Off to Limsa with you. I suspect there will be quite the show, and you'll not want to be late. To Limsa, Laminsa, Laminsa, Laminsa. And away we go. I got a buffalo calf. Letter for me. As you can see, I'm somewhat occupied at the moment. Oh, but for you, darling, anything. I have a letter for you. Message for you, sir. Remarkable friend, to travel the realm thrice over to deliver my missive to your brother. To deliver my missive to my brother. A truly exemplar for messengers everywhere. Well spoken, brother mine. You found yourself quite taken with this adventure as well. It is as if we share a mind. If you feel this way, brother, then why do you resist your calling? Father needs you. I need you. How long do you intend to persist in this folly? When did you become such a dreadful bore, dear brother? Have the chill winds of your homeland frozen the heart that once beat inside of you? I'm simply answering the call of family and duty. A call that I ask you to heed as well. You're the eldest son. None save you will carry on the family line. In these 5 years, the child I knew has grown into a man, and yet there's the unsightliness about you, this meekness, this timidity, does not befit you. My hands tingle in disgust. Brother, what is that you say? Just as I live, this unspeakable embodiment of ugliness must die. Begone, foul demon! You gads. No. Hair extensions, woven by the hair tail of a jet-black eastern steed, a mustache plucked from the mighty behemoth's mane. Tell me, brother, how do you feel? Why, it's as if the shadow of self-doubt has been purged from my soul, cast away to the side of singular, unwavering confidence. Where once stood a faltering child, there now stands a man, brave and bold. Who knew that long locks and facial hair could be so empowering? It's as if I have died and been born anew. Just so, brother. You always meant to follow Father's footsteps, just as I was to pursue this path of mine own. I've simply brought out the man who was always inside of you. The most happy name day to a brother reborn. The words of Master Beaton and Severian, it all seems so clear now. Good gods, how could I have been so blind? Forgive me for making a mock of your art, brother. The people of this realm need you. That much is clear. Worry not for father or our lands. Yes, I shall return to Ishgard and do our family proud. All these years I looked upon my brother with admiration. I never truly comprehended his greatness until this day. For this, I have you to thank, friend. Until our paths cross again. Yes, you will. Level up. I'm now letter carrier 12. A successful delivery, your reputation as a letter carrier has yet grown. Oh, we got 2 people. Ready? Hey, we got a 3rd. Okay. Time to go to the Rising Stones and tell the stories that we tell. Let's see, where shall we go now? Let's try in here. to the entrance of the solar. Let's go, Menphilia. It is a relief to see you healthy and hale, Pieter. The latest news from Ul'dah is most disturbing. Yes, we'll get taken care of. Clearly, the only injury Alphinaud suffered was to his ego. Doubtless it will be healed ere long. The other scions will need to be present for the meeting. If you're ready to begin, I will summon them now. And Ophelia wishes to discuss the latest threat to arise in the Black Shroud. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you were it not urgent. To business, then. I've received some most disturbing news in the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe the Sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the Primal Rama. I'm sorry. May have, and it's not certain. The elder Seedseer informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Leban's return to the forest. The Sylphlings, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, antecedent, but the fact does not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Rama is reputed to only act in defense of his children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if he were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs of their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements? If preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, 'twould surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon? You foresaw this eventuality and did not prevent it? I told Palimo. I suppose I could have reported things to Menphilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much I could do except wait and see. We know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Rama once right after the calamity. That's because the Garleans came trampling through the forest. So long as the Castrum Orien remains, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian... So long as the Castrum Orien stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing their guardian deity in hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for a sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. It's like the Sylphs perceived this panic migration and yet another invasion, and quickened their efforts to summon their god. I am put to mind that Titan and kobolds. Once again, it's in affairs of men which have paved the way for Primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorze would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. But be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Peter, though your dealings with the Sylphs of little solace, you once proceeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might this one be treated as the Sylphs so fruitfully of the past, not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Rama had been convinced of their intentions, it might be the first step in breaking the cycle of primal summoning. A fond hope. If such a thing possible, we would have been at war with the beastmen since time immemorial. Maybe this time we can... Let us continue this discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Rama's presence. Elder Seedseer has requested the personal involvement, Pieter. Pray report to the Commander Helio at the Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. Bull. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests your meeting with the Lord of Lebanon will prove less than amicable. In such an event, the fellow scions will of course lend you your support that you require. Quest accepted. So I heard a couple join. How many we got? noises have been filled. At the full party, let's see what happens with Odin. Okay, we all DPS as soon as he starts casting something, he's down to 20%. Or he kills all of us. DPS time. Missed the cut. Good sneak. That's awesome. haven't run that dungeon yet. What else needs doing? Haven't run that one yet. Haven't run that one yet. And that was an extremely successful run. That was awesome. Let's try. Maybe? No. No. Weaver, no. Oh man, we're so close on Weaver. Also close on Botanist. Wild Rat. Okay. Stick to this. Have to do that again later sometime. My report is ready, sir. Honor to serve, sir. Hey, Callisto's logged in. Alright, let's sell some crap, shall we? $190 sounds great. $100 will be fine for this one. $278 for this one sounds perfectly fine. $33 sounds fine here. $100 is fine here. All right. Version 16. For this one, we have Perception 20. Gathering 26. Gathering 15. Perception 8. Well, it's a sign of venture then. More woodland exploration. Excellent decision, sir. Adventures are my specialty. That will be done. So it's all you'll get from me. Hope that satisfies you. More animal hides. For no menial task. Alright, well, let's, Give me your gil. Man, we're farming so much. 5,016, 5,002. Sounds great. 1,000 sounds great for this. 550 for that. 600 sounds fantastic. 861. Oh, definitely need to use that one when I get a chance. 1,000. Okay. One more. Sure. Booyah-blaze. Why not? Hello there, Gertie. Welcome. Let's adjust this price. So how's life treating you? Pretty all right. That's good to hear. Next time I'll have a meaningful task for me. All right. So I just finished fighting Odin. It was awesome. Using the trick you showed me about summoning a party first, gathering a party, then going and getting it, and it went amazingly well. So thank you so much for your help on how to do that stuff. That's awesome. Yes. All right, so let's go to actually collect this thing. Collect the reward for it, because we did it, but we didn't get the reward. I'm going to do that right now. Before I do that, let's... Oh, I can't while I'm flying. Okay. Okay, is that everything I needed? I think so. Oh, an Odin card. Nice. Alright. Speaking of which... That's a pretty OP group. I don't know if I'm going to use that anytime soon. That's pretty awesome. Oh, yeah. Love this mount. It's such a great mount. Oh, so I've only picked up cards through interactions with stuff. And one of the cards I picked up was Odin, and so I have an unbelievably powerful deck, even though I really haven't spent any time trying to do anything with the deck, and that's why I was laughing. Thanks. I was just, it's like, on my alts, I've put a lot of effort into building my deck for Triple Triad. I haven't put any effort into it for this. Okay, how do I... There we go. There we go. I just need to let go of R2. I didn't put any effort into building the deck here. And I was still very successful, and that's why I was laughing. Your bravery before the Dark Divinity was commendable, adventurer. I'm relieved you escaped the battle with your life. And it was not for nothing, I might add. Brother Isumiyan and I have observed something remarkable, though I would like to discuss it with him present. Oh, and see how he comes. Pieter, I am honored to have seen you fight. Well, I can scarcely wait to tell Sylphie how a warrior of light overcame the terror of the shroud. No doubt the girl will smile to hear of your valor. Ah, but no doubt you're keen to learn more about the dark divinity. Very well, I shall share with you what I have gleaned in observing your battle. To begin, felling a primal allows the aether of their physical manifestation to return to the land. This much you know, yes? Odin seems to have been the subject of the self-same laws, yet his sword, the Zatuskin, remains even after his body vanishes. Thus we thought to examine the blade, and in so doing found that its etheric density is unimaginably high. Now, we'd always just assumed the being who brandished the weapon was Odin. But what if we add, what if the sword Zatuskin is, in and of itself, the dark divinity? An unforeseen conclusion, yes, but one that clarifies much of the primal. Indeed, that would explain why Odin has never truly fallen. No one has thought to destroy the blade. And what if Zatuskin is the primal? Could it not conjure itself a new wielder? Yes, just as Ifrit's tempered or Leviathan's drowned, Odin must needs have his sundered to offer crystals to his name, unless he drinks of the shroud's aether. Such a weak source of power could be why it takes time for the dark divinity to manifest again. You see, adventurer, our theory accounts quite nicely for two of the mysteries that so long have surrounded this primal. And yet, as Oap Pessi hints, a third mystery remains. If there are no sundered, how does Odin sustain himself? I cannot imagine the wishes of those who first summoned him were so strong as to echo throughout the centuries. Brother, I do not think our theory is flawed. No, this discovery makes clear the holes in what we thought so long believed were the primals. We must revisit the beings with a keener eye. I will inform Master Urianga of what we have gleaned here, adventurer. I urge you to do the same should something else of Odin occur to you. But today is a victory, all the same. We have the Zatuskin and the mysteries which remain pale in import to the act of locking the primal away. With any luck, we can seal the sword and end the dark divinity's ride. Though, brothers, something terrible has happened. The Zatuskin is gone. One of my own men has stolen away with the blade and left nary a trace to track his flight. I never dreamt he would do such a thing, and it stayed in my hands too long to stop him. What, are your men so disloyal as to rob you? Tell me, Lewin, why would someone do such a thing? Oh, wrong voice for this guy. Forgive me, brother, but I cannot say. I'm as astonished as you. The thief was a sworn man of God's quiver, true as any Gridanian arrow. Moreover, what could he stand to gain by stealing so foul a blade? Mayhap the soul of the thief was stolen along with the blade. It's within the power of all primals to bend mortals to the will. If the Zatuskin and Odin are one and the same, then the sword may control the now sundered man. Is that not true, brother? That is indeed possible. Oh, gods, how could I have been so blind to that? Brother Lewin, it is I who need apologize. Had I been more wary, I would have foreseen this. Instead, I've cost us dearly and placed you and your men in great danger. Let us not cry over lost swords. Bow Lord Lewin, send forth the god's quiver and wood wailers to scout the shroud. Brother Oapseni and I will devote ourselves to devising a way to fell Odin after the Zatuskin is ours again. Yes, brother. Indeed, it would be a poor thing to have the blade in our grasp and no way to destroy it, nor dull its back. Adventurer, I'll call upon you again when we have something to show for our efforts. Until then, go in peace. Thank you. It is quite sinister, is it not? Okay, I think you may have been talking while I was in there. Oh, no. Okay, cool. So let's see. Where are we? The Lord of Levin. According to McVillia, the Order of the Twin Adder believes that the primal Rama has been summoned within the borders of the Black Shroud. Antecedents bid you answer the request of the Elder Seedseer and offer your aid to the people of the Pharaoh. Hello there. Thank you for the splash. All right, let's go. Where am I headed? To New Gridania we shall go. All right. I'm heading the wrong direction. I need to go this way. All right. Let's talk to the Adder's Nest, see what we can get taken care of here. Ah. Sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. Nope, false alarm.
Sergeant Krolinsk, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for this eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I'd have you do more so without delay. The Elder Seedseer, however, would speak to you first. She's of the opinion that your diplomatic, or rather your martial skills, may better serve our cause. I would leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nautica's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the lotus stand.
All right. Let's see. To Old Gridania. Silent Conjurer. The other signs have already arrived. May I show you in? Let us proceed to the lotus stand. Kana Isena.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramu is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin.
Uh-huh.
Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramu is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelves Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided.
That would be
Blessed
preferable.
as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations.
Man, the Sylph feet are so unusual.
The Twelves Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramu himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples.
No.
Hooray.
You have my thanks. Pray make for little solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, it is not only the Twelveswood that flinches at its coming. All the lands Vaorzia shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Thankfully, we've taken care of Odin, but of course the weapon is gone, so maybe we haven't. Okay. Let's see. Is it the East Shroud we must go? Does seem that way. Okay, to the Lancer Guild then. Heading across to the pier. Alright. The Little Solace. I love this mount. I love this mount so much. It is a very fancy mount. Too large for your taste? Understandable. It is enormous. It takes up the entire screen. Alright, Servant Lieutenant.
Sergeant Krolinsk, I was told to expect you.
I understand that you go to treat with the Primal Ramo himself. An enviable task, but one for which I have no doubt you're well suited. I have been told that your fellow scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, and we might ascertain the location where the Lord of Levin might be found. I would ask you abide here until they return with their findings. I suppose they can do this. Servant Lieutenant looks about, seemingly awaiting a visitor. Oh, sorry, I had the wrong voice for this guy. I was told that a messenger would be sent to, as soon as your fellow scions finish their investigation. I do not imagine it will be much longer. Forgive me, I'm having trouble reading this morning. What is it? Man, my brain is so dead.
This one returns, and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching, and have wisely identified the precise location where the touched ones summoned Lord Rama. Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good man to his fellow scions? It would be this one's pleasure, Walking One. Please, please come with this one.
Okay. I think actually this may be time for me to end. Unfortunately, I had a late start this morning due to some difficulty with power being out. I can do a little bit. I'll do one thing with you. I don't want you to miss out. This is when I'm supposed to be done, but I'll run a little bit longer because I had a power outage this morning.
wise ones have ventured deep, deep within the Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for the touched ones. All right. All right, I gotta figure out what's going on here from a direction standpoint. I think I'm just gonna. Would it be easier to take a mount? No, we'll go this way. Okay, I think a shipment may have just arrived at our door for a Wamat. Interesting music. Nice. I like your mount. Good stuff. This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to the Lord Rama, and this one may turn mean and nasty like the touched ones. So this one must say farewell for now. Walking One must find wise ones not far from here, to the south. Go in safety, Walking One. All right. You're riding a dandelion, Pop. That's kind of awesome. Okay, Papa Lamo. So it's actually you. I'm relieved. For a moment I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc in their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking any measurements. Yet it was always quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Ishtola's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Palimo. Papalimo. My apologies. It's not like me to ramble so. At any rate, as I was saying, I've finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and I'm pleased to say I've reached an indisputable conclusion. To wit, that Rama is called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's Everett. Come, Peter. The Lord of Leven awaits. Okay. So it's right over here. So we have an aether crystal. So I'm thinking this will probably be a battle with Rama, I'm guessing. And we can do that, and then I'll stop.
Betrays thee, servant of hiding.
Hello there.
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan.
Don't forget Odin.
I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs?
I'm trying to ascertain if you're trying to kill us.
Peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking?
Duh.
Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial.
Okay.
If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment.
Well, at least there's no pressure.
Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
I love how I took off the glasses and had glasses underneath. That's amusing to me. Yes, exactly. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the restroom really quick because I don't trust that I'm going to be able to make it through this, and then we'll start this duty or attempt to start this duty. Be right back. Okay. So, you think we should do Duty Finder or Party Finder for this? Okay. Well, let's fight this one guy who wanted to attack us.